Cinema. Let's see here. Cinema. Yeah, I've been wearing the armor. It's kind of nice, isn't it? Let me just streamer arrives immediately, has to BRB. Typical, many such cases. Just wait till we get to X Corp. You can literally be in the mines, in and out of the game. Can't wait. Forget what X Corp does. Open Notepad real quick. You create a super durable alloy they get from expeditions and excavations and the caves that border the outskirts. That'd be very interesting for a lot of reasons. Flop over to the gaming setting. I don't know, the TV layout's kind of cool, but I haven't found myself using it. I spent a bunch of time making this TV layout, but I don't know. Yeah, I've just been kind of sticking to this, the regular layout for every stream. For Limbus, I'm thinking that moving chat over to the other side probably work well. That over here. Yeah, I keep thinking about Canto 8 and how I'm not even close. Don't look too closely. Well, this sign can't spoil me because I can't read. Oh, that's the wrong button. But wait. I saw a dopamine indicator. Achievement list. Oh, that's good stuff. Claim all. That's good stuff. Game's pretty quiet right now because I usually turn it down.
점심부터 혈액바를 집어먹으면 아니 혈액바로 연명을 해야 한다는 게 이젠 견딜 수 없어졌거든.
I have the I think the reason that I have the before I get into it, I just gotta do this. I think the reason I have the sound effects turned down is because sometimes I would stream this while I'm doing dailies and stuff, and everyone would complain about tinnitus from all the coin flipping sounds, so I had to turn it down. We'll just auto to victory real quick. You fool. What's wrong with you?
괜히 저항하지 말고 받아들여. 그게 덜 아플걸?
I want to watch the employees I actually care about, the ones who do their job. Typical Otis can't help herself from killing innocents by the truckload. She knows what she did. I don't yet, but she does. I'm streaming, making sure I'm up everywhere. I tweeted that I'm streaming. I've got a whole 2 impressions. Pretty sweet, pretty sweet. Yeah, I still remember the LCB stuff. not too terribly much really happened. There's a lot of tests and some little bit of lore about Pegatula, right? Also, the Dawn incident happened.
세상의 상태가 안 좋은 것 같아.
Yeah,
이걸 잘 이용하면
Heathcliff being the
좋은
assistant.
결과로 이어질 수 있을 거야.
Just, yeah, let's counter that. Counter that too. Will she be okay? Yes, she will. Milk is here. Yeah, when I enabled that Glorp emote on my channel, I didn't expect it to be so popular. I enabled it because it was popular, but I didn't expect people to actually use it this much.
괜찮아.
잠시 어지러워서 못 봤어요. 뭐 또 대단한 일이라도 하신 거겠죠?
I have autism, okay? When I looked at the emote list, I was like, I have to enable, like every emote that I enable has to have a purpose, right? So I looked at the Glorp emote and I was thinking, what is the purpose? What is the possible purpose of this emote? Like, what does this mean? I couldn't decipher it, but I'm glad that you guys enjoy it.
최고의 선택이었어.
이 싸움을 끝내주겠어.
단번에 끝낸다.
끝내.
Ah, you want a short?
전소하리.
방금 공격은 좋았어. 이대로만 계속해보면 좋을 텐데.
I decided to, like, oh, geez, just win the clash, would you? I decided to finally just bite the bullet and start being active on Twitter. And post to my, let's see,
괜찮아.
how many
우와,
many
엄청난 공격이었어.
bots are following me now?
기념할 만한 걸?
I have 2 confirmed real people following me. And 12 others. And it's been a strange experience starting up on Twitter. Because I've just found out that when you have VTuber in your bio, are those in limbo bot human status, or like most of them are definitely bots. I think one of them has a non-0% chance
대체들의 체력이 많이
of being an actual human.
괴로워하는 게 느껴지지 않아?
But my money's on
이
bot.
기세로 계속 나아가 보자. 완벽한 한방.
It's you know, like I say, starting up on Twitter, like if you have, and I found this out directly firsthand, is that when you have VTuber in your bio on Twitter, I think you're immediately added to a botnet follow list where they're just like, oh, is this going to be okay? Never mind. You immediately get added to this botnet, and they're and hounded by like 10 identical
끝내고 밥 먹으러 가자고.
당신의 판단에
bot accounts that are all advertising live 2D commissions.
끝내. 전소하리.
And I mean, you can say I fell for it, but I didn't buy anything. Like I followed one of them back, and I got a DM, and had this really awkward combination with what was definitely not a real person. Until like, I knew going into it that there was no reason anyone would actually be following me yet, other than to either like because they're not real and they're advertising something, or they are real and they're advertising something. It's not even the sex bots. It's just they show up and then they wait for you to follow back, then they DM you and they're just like how's things going? And then they have a flow chart, of course, they're bots. And their flow chart will not be satisfied until you say certain qualifying statements. But yeah, I had this really awkward conversation with this bot. And was especially funny because the bot's like Twitter bio said it was an English-speaking VTuber, but all the English was really, really broken. And then one interesting thing that I discovered was I looked at the other bots as well, and so as I was scrolling through these, I was seeing all these posts that they would make about I'm advertising the live 2D commissions, and here's some of the work I've done, and like and all that. But all these bots, they pull from the same like maybe 20 examples of live 2D work. And I saw the same posts on multiple bots, and I was like, okay, this is a big racket. I mean, not that I would buy a commission anyway. I'm already happy with my model. I wouldn't have spent like 4 months on it if I didn't plan to use it for a very long time.
무엇이든 맞출 수 있는 탄원이니
대상의
말이야.
상태가 안 좋은 것
순식간에
같아.
끝내줘.
Which is weird, you know?
이용하면 좋은 결과로
You
이어질
weren't
수
meant to
있을
do
거야.
research. Stop noticing things. But like the conversation with the bot only ended when I specifically said I am not interested, and then it was like, okay, and then it stopped messaging me. And one other thing they'll do is that they'll all pick like one popular VTuber to be their like favorite, and they'll repost a bunch of posts from that one VTuber. Saw one of them was just seemed a little more realistic. Like one of them was a big fan of Iron Mouse. One of them was like multiple of them were big Zentreya fans. Just trying to sell the illusion. The one that didn't like fit this this pattern is the one that has a non-0% chance of being a human, who actually seems to just repost everything. Through the day they say Apollo Stereo is their favorite. All I'd be able to say is thanks, but why? If for some reason Zentreya is very popular with the Twitter bots. Maybe it's because of the robo voice, I don't know. Okay, time to voice some characters. Diverse swath of interest is it's a good sign. I mean, yeah. And this person would be posting a lot of. Oh, but man, I'll talk about it more when we get into a battle or something. Well, now that that's over and done with, I would like the sinners to come gather around here. It's kind of blocking the text box if I'm aware. Yeah, I should probably move. It's gonna be blocking the text box anyway. Oh, I got it. Now the regular checkup is complete. You finally have enough data to compare your pre-deployment statuses to those of your current selves. Which means... Indeed, we were able to measure your pre-employment combat capabilities as well. Oh, and what are your conclusions? Allow me to preface this by saying there isn't much significance in establishing this particular hierarchy of power on a linear scale. Like I said, you are all equally mediocre at the present anyway, and... there's plenty of significance, all right? We've all got to know who's the big boss. While this is but a speculation of the worst-case scenario, we must know which one of us has the most right and authority to lead the rest of the sinners in case our executive manager becomes, due to some unknown yet inexorable circumstances, unavailable. Hey, that's... Don't listen to anyone weaker than I am. I don't, actually. Never mind. What if there was a reason I was the first one to ask to introduce myself? There was a burgeoning interest among the sinners to see which one of them could be at the apex of the scale. Were they to be measured by their strengths prior to their employment? Hey, maybe before I lost my memories, even I... Dante, don't. It is interesting how every collective has the desire to get the clear picture of the pecking order. A negative expression of this desire may even lead to juvenile behaviors among children. For example, stealing their colleagues' lunches for meager reasons such as scoring higher than they did on a test. American VAs wishing the Boston Tea Party hadn't happened when they needed to do a British voice. You're not speaking from personal experience, are you? Thus, I believed that trying to conceal the outcome of the test from you would be quite meaningless. Each of your placements in that line you were standing in signifies that very order you were curious to know. I do not wish to waste any more breath on this subject. There was a long, long silence. Then, the sinners all simultaneously turned to look at the person standing in the frontmost position of the line. This has to be the longest, most awkward, most loaded silence I've ever felt in my life. Much did I wish to hold shrouded in my fathoms, yet I yearned still to convey that we are all more than meets the eye. Yet there remains a certain abundance within my heart. Perhaps the tests of this day paint a picture of both my qualities. Thus spoke I, Yi-sung. Yi-sung, I will place trust in the faith that all of you shall one day sprout wings as I have. Yi-sung, it's the other way around. Ah, yes, the line. Oh, yes. The line was made from my point of view. From here, the sinner wielding that oversized lance is the one at the front of this line. Yeah, okay. I was gonna say, oh, Yi-sung, you're surprising me a little bit here. Well, you said some cool words, though. We got this, right, Yi-sung? Well, 'tis quite the bashful occasion, to be the center of such fervent attention of one such company. I wouldn't say fervent is the right word. Worried, maybe? I shall be vigilant. No one seemed to have any objections or doubts about who the strongest sinner was, given the earlier event. 1 second. On second thought, it appears that it would be best if we left the command to Ishmael as we have done so far. Otis mumbled through gritted teeth. Forsooth, I am in agreement. I am more partial to roles as defending fixer or squire. 'Tis oft this case that such side characters enjoyed greater popularity since time immemorial. Very happy to see this discussion not coming to blows. Now, are we all ready to move on from this? Wait a minute. Aren't we all forgetting something pretty important? That's just how the world works, Greg. No one remembers anyone between the first place and the last place. I even forgot my own placement in the order. No, I mean, fellas, I wasn't even part of the list. Oh, were you not? Who cares, mate? There's 12 of us. Some people just fall out the radar. Big deal. Let's just get on with it. Hey, you can't just disregard me like swatting away a fly. I guess somewhere around my level, probably, or Cliff's. Ishmael replied in a voice that had clearly lost all interest in this discussion. Oh, you're the sinner with that bizarre insectoid arm. We had no choice but to place you in the least favorite category of all researchers. Exceptions. I really hate that, huh? In other words, you are a unique case that cannot be well placed in a list or scale. To do so would be irresponsible. I'd say you carry a certain potential. That, potential, is it? Does that mean I could also be first place if all goes well? It could very well be the reverse given the definition of potential. Let not this query harrow your mind, Gregor. Your day will come. Feels funny getting consoled by the guy who placed last. I'm back for 3 seconds before I have to read again. Oh, there's more cutscenes to read. There's a lot of reading in this one, isn't it? After some time passed. Next, we must discuss the classification numbers.
We have been assigning risk levels for distortions just as we have for abnormalities. The observation logs you have written for us were a great help, of course. My researchers struggled to parse the handwriting of certain sinners, however, but it was good data all the same.
We once had a 3-hour debate over a letter. I'm not even covering this game up. I'm trying to fix my handwriting. Heathcliff grinned proudly and wiped the side of his nose.
As you must all be well aware, the current system of because abnormalities were creations of the former L Corp, our classification system had to be lifted whole from their system. However, the criteria by which the former L Corp measured the risk levels was the amount of their energy production. As a correlation of sorts, it was often the case that the more aggressive abnormalities produced more energy, but their destructive capabilities were not a part of the criteria, despite the correlation. That is why certain abnormalities were assigned relatively lower risk levels, despite their potential to kill even multiple higher-ranking employees.
They were an energy company at the end of the day. It makes sense that their priority would be to measure the energy output.
However, here, both abnormalities and distortions must be suppressed via direct confrontation. Thus, the former L Corp's classification system is rather incongruent with our purposes.
I once heard someone say that we should be wary of people who drone on and on in the intro.
Thus, it became necessary to reorganize the distortion's risk levels and classification codes.
Wow, how interesting. So whose job is that going to be?
I am rather taken aback by the naivete with which you ask me that question.
Us. It's us. Sinners without the right to refuse, was it? Wait a sec, aren't you just offloading your work onto us?
A privilege given to researchers.
Oi, don't be so ignorant, yeah? This is all just in order to research the distortions, right? We gotta...
The other way around, Assistant.
We've got to do research into distortions in order to solve them better. It's elementary shite. Hohenheim's really got you wrapped around his finger, you know that?
According to the LCD on-site investigative reasoning team leader, the progression of a distortion is much like that of a disease. The fate of an abnormality awaits at the end of the distortion phenomenon, after all. When a distortion progresses into an abnormality, all pre-existing individuality is erased, replaced with the totality of an abnormality.
I'm surprised that I was able to read that sentence.
Thus, it is impossible to bring back a distortion that is already transformed into an abnormality. It will no longer have that reversibility that they once had during the distortion phase. Though a distortion like that Time Ripper fellow will eventually become an abnormality too if left untouched. If you are referring to subject HE6PI2001, then yes. This is simply a prediction, of course, because that particular subject isn't contained here. I cannot say with absolute certainty that its progression into an abnormality will be observed.
A correct statement.
Oh, didn't Limbus Company collect the Time Ripper? We hoped we would, but T-Corp was very adamant about their claim over the entity, to the point where they refused to even sit at the negotiation table. I found their time-ripping ability quite fascinating, but sometimes I must know when to cut my losses, I suppose.
Wait, so that he something is the new classification code format?
Indeed, because it is difficult to identify and observe the origin and the shape of a distortion. We had decided to forego that information and instead replace them with their sin affinities and the expected damage scale. Sin affinities. PI must refer to piggy.
Sloth. Thanks, Faust. He's something, the well-known neutral adversary of He-Man. What makes a He-Man turn neutral?
It appears that the classification now mimics the classification of the Pecatula. They do indeed follow the same thought process. If we're being technical here, I would say it mimics it. It would be more accurate to say that as the Pecatula are at once the origin of the distortion phenomena and byproducts, the affinities can be transferred one-to-one.
What's the expected damage scale? Combat capability, I'm guessing. I remember them saying that the risk levels were determined based on the Enkephalin production rates. which is not the most meaningful information to us who have to fight them directly.
It was a tad inconvenient to put a nebulous idea like combat capabilities into singular numerical scales of power. Certain entities have idiosyncrasies and variables that may take such a linear measure quite meaningless. So instead, we decided to measure the expected amount of damage that Limbus Company personnel might suffer should they engage in these entities in battle. While this Time Ripper poses a very little threat against the Sinners due to your idiosyncrasies, the unique nature of their weapon means that they can immediately deal a nigh fatal blow to anyone from the LCC department with a single strike. That is why this distortion was given a rather high expected damage scale of 6, from a scale of 1 to 10. Please do note that this is not a perfect system and these values are only there as references. Will this standard be applied to abnormalities as well? We have plans to do so, yes. Risk levels are expected damage for...
This is a lot of talking. I'm going to be quite honest, it doesn't need to take this long to explain this.
Speaking of which, I have something to show you all.
What is it?
What else other than the monolith? One of the highest potential
Values among Limbus Company's businesses. The thing that they got, the 2001 block.
Thus, the development of transportation management and processing methodologies of the monolith is a glowing achievement indeed.
Huh.
The artifact, by its very nature, poses a great danger. I hesitate to embrace its use so willingly.
Stream will end when this cutscene ends. See you after 8-hour sleep session.
A great danger. But wouldn't you say that we are beset by danger at all times? The arbitrariness in deciding how dangerous something is comes from the degree to which it poses a risk.
Can I read that again? The arbitrariness in deciding how dangerous something is comes from the degree to which it poses a risk. You decide how dangerous something is based on how much of a risk it poses? I never would have guessed.
As you must already know, the monolith here is a device that could force a distortion.
It is scattered throughout the city just like the Golden Bough. At first, only in possession of the fingers and the syndicates in the back streets, now being collected by the companies with both large and small nameless, like a plague. We also learned that they have become rather high priority targets for some wings out there. As luck would have it, we managed to begin our research expedition and collection of the monoliths with much easier than the others. Now we are already at the stage in which they partake in processing and sales of the artifact, expanding of the business. You could say that we are narrowly avoided a very unsavory fate of artifacts. Because we may have to confront the wings directly with whatever happened to city threat level. We don't ask questions we don't ever want to find the answers to. I mean, what if we do some contractual shenanigans, end up going against the associations? I think that would be a good thing to know ahead of the time, just in case. Question worth entertaining to me. Let's see, from Kaner to Star of the City, I suppose your assignment will be somewhere between Ardent Plague and Early Urban Nightmare. Not so soon yet, are we? Understood. I misread Ishmael's previous line as what if it were assigned a threat level? What if we were assigned a threat level? Okay. Almost sounds as if you want to be given a threat level. It's true that you, upon sight to your revival powers and potential to the identity technology, may appear to pose a troublesome. Owenheim slowly turns to look at me, prompting Faust and the other sinners to follow suit.
Well, we protected them, though.
I'm impressed by your optimism, given the kind of enemies you have faced thus far. We don't even have to go far back in time to discuss the incidents with the fixers Siegfried or Big Brother Ricardo I read from your reports. Should the third sinner suddenly seek to attack the manager with their full might, do you truly believe that the rest of you would be able to protect?
No, the flow of this world is that the manager will be preserved. that no such thing may come to pass.
That's enough, Hohenheim. Any further indulgence in Faust will open a disciplinary committee to discuss the consequences of careless words. That seemed important. From your reports. Now, the flow of this world is that the manager will be preserved. That no such thing may come to pass. Everything's predestined or something? What do you know that I don't?
Not there yet, are we? Very well, whichever is the case. You do have the potential to become a star of the city threat sometime in the future, but do remember that it would be best if you could avoid that unfortunate designation. And please don't forget that this is only true as long as you have Limbus Company's backing.
The flow. I don't remember the last time the flow was mentioned. It must have slipped my mind when it was brought up because I hadn't become familiar with the concept yet. The final checkup. The dungeon is finally here. Geez, what team do I want to run? Bleed poise. Bleed would work. Yeah. Like a pseudo concept mixed with a term of a phrase that is manifested literally like a lot of things. I can finally rejoin my own stream.
예리한 검으로 하는 예술이 보고 싶어.
I'm going with the bleed team.
We're almost done with the regular checkup. Finally, we have a chance for you to overcome an adversity based on what you have learned thus far, and for me to prove my hypothesis.
What hypothesis is he talking about?
No need to worry, my hypotheses have never been wrong, most of the time. 50% of the time, they work 100% of the time. This experiment is entirely of my own design and supervision, and I will faithfully follow my own pure curiosities and instincts as a researcher.
That's the thing. That's the thingy. That's the 2001. That's the 2001 Space Odyssey monolith. Guys, I have a feeling we're not gonna like where this goes.
Now, do you see this monolith here?
Yep, I do. That's a monolith, all right. But
oh, don't you worry. My researchers will be the ones to activate this artifact.
Activate the artifact.
Not on you. Relax. I understand that none of you will be willing participants to this experiment.
I swear, if you're gonna force us to distort, saying that we have no right to refuse or something, I'm gonna... Hang on, can you do that even as your assistant? Yes, but if you must, we are willing to send the weakest sinner among us. Oh, forget I said that. That was foolish of me to say.
I will be the subject of the experiment myself.
You're going to distort yourself. Am I hearing you right?
Aren't you curious to see what kind of distortion you'd end up becoming? I'm sure this is a question you've all entertained at least once.
No. I ain't curious. I had a very pleasant experience either. Yeah, we don't have to be curious about which one he would turn into.
Stop gritting your teeth like that, assistant. It will have an adverse effect on your long-term dental health.
What if you end up turning into a peccatillum? That would be the ultimate insult. You could end up becoming a peccatillum, just like one of the fodder we slaughtered on our way through the tests earlier. You're risking that?
It is indeed a possibility. Gotta say, I think I'm probably too goaded for that dump, so... I doubt it. It would signify nothing more than my very own limitations. Just a mediocre shell. If such an incident comes to pass, these employees will transport me to a containment unit. We even made a bet on what kind of peccatillum I would turn into.
I bet on Goulet. He bet on Goulet, I Invide, and her on Pigrate.
But how could you think about it like this? If I were to become a Pekatula, it would be akin to losing at a game of chance. Of course, what counts as a loss might depend on what I, at the precise time, consider to be losing. But the mere fact of turning into a Pekatulam reaves me of any value to life.
I say he was being too hard on himself, but that felt like too simple an expression to describe his tone.
The company would most likely attempt to transport me to a containment unit, but I disagree with that decision. I would like to ask of you to dispose of me on the spot. I am well aware that I'm not the kind of congenial person who earns others' favor at first meeting, if at all. I also don't believe that our brief relationship has been the most amicable kind. Therefore, I see little reason why you would hesitate to cut me down. Of course, sinners with gentle hearts like this young Sinclair here might express certain distaste against this decision. But once I become a Pekatulam, it may as well mean that Hohenheim the entity has ceased to be, so I hope no unnecessary emotions like guilt clouds your judgment in the killing of the Pekatulam, a mere byproduct.
But what if something unexpected happens? We're talking about your life here. Don't you have any manuals, backup plans, or...
This
feels like early day AI talk where he starts becoming gibberish. I understand every word he's saying. There's context you're missing here.
This is a very simple matter. Nothing more than a coin flip, heads or tails.
It appears that you are still insisting on your absurd 50-50 theory.
I am a researcher who wishes to humiliate the field of mathematical statistics, unlike the general lay of academia. I believe that there is certain romanticism to research. It is much more exciting to run as many tests and gain as many samples as we can, than to be stuck behind a desk poring day and night over books and paper, isn't it? If it's tails, then you may dispose of me immediately. And the employees here will take care of the rest. Don't forget to destroy the key inside that coat pocket, and the files inside my cabinets, for example.
Yes, we remember.
If I were to successfully distort, we would be halfway to success. For the first time I'm feeling quite the envy for you all. I wish I could be a witness to my very own distortion.
Huh.
If you've been paying attention to my lectures, perhaps you could even come up with a classification code for my distortion too. Going by the standards we had discussed earlier. Not that I have a very high expectation that you would. I've recently come to the realization that people nodding along to my words is not a signifier of comprehension, but instead expression of societal niceties.
Nods.
Then the manager here will open the entrance to my dungeon of the Fathoms. And you will progress through the mirror dungeon as you have always done when facing a distortion, to reach its deepest fathoms and face my distortion once again. I wish you the best of luck in your suppression efforts.
Exosection.
And once you've made it that far, it's likely that you will find me unconscious, or, if luck would have it, conscious.
Unconscious. Are you sure this is safe?
A degree of case-by-case variance is to be expected. It may take some time for a full recovery, but it will happen should you succeed.
And that reminds me, that's how this bamboo-headed Kim was brought back as well. Oh, he survived. He survived?
He's safely contained within our facilities. Oh, it seems they're ready to activate the monolith. I'm confident that I, even as a distortion, will be quite the exceptional specimen.
Hang on, just like that. You're not a Pekatulam.
Indeed, and I can still hear them. Yes, I remember. I still do.
I know he'll be back, but gosh, this is pretty unnerving. Don't worry, we'll bring him back no matter what.
The manager says we'll bring him back no matter what.
Sure sounds like a dependable sort, this manager of yours. Very well, please take a look at this. Is this a note? Did he write us tips on how to do this or something? He says that all you have to do is read what's on the note in front of the distortion. Apparently it's some kind of code. I don't think you'll hear anything but ticking noises from you.
me. Can you read this, Mersault?
It will be done as you commanded. Mersault nodded and began to read the words from the note aloud. Lobotomy Corporation, 5 minutes. Potentiality. Anticipation, right hand. The moment Mersault uttered them, the all-too-familiar portal began to open and appear around Hohenheim's distortion as though they were a key to a door. Scattering shards of familiar yet alien sights appeared intermittently beyond the shimmering veil. Hohenheim had already entered the portal as soon as we stood there gawking. But we could still hear his voice echoing through the laboratory.
I suppose I'll be forced to share my past here. The past I never wanted to share, the past no one cares to learn about. It is something that I must endure for the sake of this experiment, however. I needn't expose every little detail of it.
It's all in the past now anyway, isn't it? Oh, those are Lobotomy Corporation hallways. This is gonna get... okay. Let's see here. That's... okay. It's not too bad.
We're at the starting point of the Dungeon of the Fathoms. We found ourselves in a room that appears to be a workshop of ego gears. You have scored below 100% synchronization rate in the aptitude test. Take only a single ego from here. An ominous warning sign greets us all, and the same words repeat ceaselessly from the speaker. Sinners all go to take a look, enticed by the sign telling us that we can pick up ego gears here, but what we find there are ego gifts. These ain't ego gears. These are gifts of something, right? It appears that ego are manifest here in the shape of gifts. Can't we just take them all? This Dungeon of the Fathom differs from the usual mirror dungeons. Highly advisable that its rules are followed. What should we do? I'm gonna guess that something with spiky bits on it is going to be bleed. Oh, I can show my face again. I mean, my quote-unquote face, you know. We take the spike combat boost. This better be... It's not bleed, I'm so mad. I got trolled. This should be a battle. Let's see, who's going first? Obviously you. 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 Good. Shouldn't be too tough. Shouldn't be too tough. Oh. Control team, eh? Ah. Well, I don't actually have to leave. I'm not covering anything. What's going on with them? Good, it appears that I can censor these with my own will, at least to a degree. Your mission here is to classify my distortion. Reach the end of this Dungeon of the Fathoms and bring me back. Your mission, however, does not involve digging into my past.
This is...
It appears we have a passing familiarity with this place. You, us. What is it they seek to convey? I don't believe any level of proper communication will be feasible, given that you are in a Dungeon of the Fathoms. Do something about it. I regret to tell you that this setting of this dungeon is out of my hands. Had it been up to me, I would have manifested in a place that was much more fascinating than this, like that library, fabled to have every book in existence.
Library mentioned. Library mentioned.
You used to work for Lobotomy Corporation? One of my past careers, yes.
Us. Diplomacy did not seem to be an option here. The censored people brandished their weapons. Threateningly and stood in their path. Every book, even the nude mags? You're not allowed to ask that question. So we're gonna have to take them down if we want to make any progress here. Can't be helped. Get ready for a fight. Alright, now we get into the video game. Oh, they're rupture guys. What does this gift do? It's just rupture. What happens if we just... It's a normal battle. Oh, this is... Oh, that's bad. Oh, that's bad. Nothing much we can do about it. But we hope that she wins. Foolish apparition. Hey, these guys look a lot like the megahertz.
완벽한 한방. 시원한 걸.
They're distorting in the same kind of way.
쟤네 고기라도 먹은 것처럼 기운이
I mean, not,
솟잖아.
I guess, similar-ish. Got meat lantern stuff, but I mean, megahertz is also an early Avno.
갑니다.
It's the control team, so
합격장.
엎드리도록. 따뜻.
megahertz comes from Hohenheim distorting memories. I mean, yeah, I'm not saying that it's definitely a reference, but it kind of looks similar.
방금 건 제대로 안 꺼냈어. 돌아오는 매출로 사야겠는 걸.
Dodging is my favorite.
죄인인가?
꿰뚫려라.
I was just gonna say, hit heads, please.
대성공이야.
Oh no, it doesn't fight with
체력이 많이 깎여 나갔어. 괴로워하는 게 느껴지지 않아? 이 기세로 계속 나아가 보자.
무쇠가 올랐어. 적군들에게 본때를 보여줘도 될 것 같은데.
We got upgraded. Here we go. Unless I'm so disappointed in you. You've ruined my life.
끝을 낼 시간이다.
Teach him a lesson.
쏟아내라.
죄송해요.
You have to go that hard. Wow.
와서 못 봤어요. 뭐 또 대단한 일이라도 하신 거겠죠?
Should be it. Easy. Really no sweat. Question mark. Came across a group of researchers passionately poring over various documents. They're having a debate about two subjects, emotions and flame. Regular flames don't seem to hurt the abnormalities very much. So why does this work, I wonder? Perhaps a greater degree of wrathful emotions opens up a room for the fire's heat to touch. Abnormalities and distortions, both entities of the unknown. They must have noticed us, listening to their conversation intently. One of them approaches us with a glint in their eyes. Are you the sample who's agreed to this experiment? If so, try this on. In the researcher's hands is what looked like an ignition plug or a testing machine of sorts. Yes, we are the droids they're looking for. Who will step forth? The immortal vampire. An interesting reaction, decent synchronization rate as well. They like me, they really like me. After scribbling their observations on various papers, they let Don Quixote go. Took off the gear and presented it before the researcher to return it, but they simply shook their head in response. The gear seems to fit you perfectly, take it with you. Free sample. Free ignition plug. Oh, it's for burn. Oh man. I need something I can use, man. Hohenheim's Fathoms. But how do we know this guy's actually distorted? He doesn't sound any different from his usual self. Sanity degradation due to distortion affects every subject differently. I mean, yeah, but censoring his own Fathoms. But, Hohenheim, you're in a dungeon of the Fathoms. We will see through it with Dante's powers, whether you want to show us or not. You make a fair assessment. How about this, then? If you were to see them anyway, allow me to save you the trouble and give you a quick rundown instead. Come visit me as soon as you finish watching my tale. This tale then began when a man that man walked into my laboratory. Yes, I had a personal laboratory all to myself. One of the few perks of being an elite researcher. This guy's just telling the story however he wants to, isn't he? I'm Mr. Hohenheim. Let me think. I don't quite remember what he looked like. Something like this, perhaps. Whichever's the case, I was planning to censor his appearance anyway. Hey, I want to talk to you about something, bada bing.
Stop. Are you here to express your displeasure with me?
The what now?
If you are, do let me go know from the get-go. I had a feeling this was about time this would happen. 3 months, not a bad record working for someone without workplace conflict. Oh, if this is about quitting, then you would find a much better audience among the human resources team. No, I mean, I'm just here to thank you for picking me, some dude from the back streets, to work here. I heard it was you who made the hiring decision. I don't know how to put this, but you're the only one who saw my, what's the word? Yeah, my potentiality. You saw something that no one else cared to look into before, you know what I mean? But it had nothing to do with something so grandiose like his potentiality. A wing does not hire people from the back streets for something so insignificant. While this information has never been publicly available, Lobotomy Corporation's primary criterion was trauma. Candidates with horrible, insurmountable trauma were often favored by the company. And, in an indirect way, it was only natural that they would begin to favor candidates who originate from the back streets. Your greetings are acknowledged, Jimmy. Now, feel free to leave my office. I ain't Jimmy. Anyways, I've been meaning to ask, Mr. Hohenheim, why do you always enjoy being alone? It may come as a surprise to you, but I'm very adept at spending my time on my own. It is one of the hundreds of distinguishing features that set me apart from ordinary men. Say, don't you need someone to be like your loyal right-hand man? My right hand is doing just fine, thank you very much. We're engaged, set to be wed in 3 months' time. Ruining everything. Do you believe in potentialities, Hohenheim? What an unrelentingly stubborn employee he was, even in hindsight. Thanks to you, I do, and I've been thinking, if I keep at it, one day I might even find myself living at large in a nest, changing my world, little by little. Kinda like how a thing like me managed to snag a position here at Lobotomy Corporation. So I'm thinking here that I want to stick around in your circle. To bring about such drastic changes to one's life, oh, jeez, what just happened to, what just happened to my brain? Oh, my eyes, what happened to my eyes? Hello? Okay. To bring about such drastic changes to one's life is in the realm of feasibility for an exceptional researcher like myself, indeed. But you are, like the most of the rabble, painfully average in most qualities, and therefore unlikely to be the moving force in that change. I have no faith in universal things like potentialities. I have faith in myself and myself alone. Besides, I am not very partial to the mathematical statistics like the probability theory anyway. So I would like to keep both my right and left hands as my own. Have a nice day. Want to know something about me? No. I'm the kind of guy who doesn't really think about things. Action before deliberation, you get me? Both hands? He's gone poly. Though thoughtless and carefree, but possibly the only merit to be found in those who originate from the back streets. Or was that a thinly veiled threat of physical assault? No, I'm talking about the new Abno that just got shipped here. It's a tricky one to manage. I'll tell you what, it reads your mind, screwing up all kinds of strategies for whatever, as long as it's based on hard logic.
Want to shoot for the Department of the Year award together?
You seem to be rather skilled in the art of transactions. I think there was a book on that at some point. Written by a very orange man.
One of the few merits found in those who originate the back streets. I will admit, I suppose I was overcome by a certain ennui back then. And in hindsight, it was foolish of me to engage in such inane Speaking of not being able to engage in conversations, good grief. You, le funny meme, us. Ah, the remnants of my past come to haunt us. Perhaps it is I whom they truly wish to hurt.
자, 맞서보죠. 우리들에게 이깟 하도 별것도 아니잖아요.
개체에게 치명적인 손상을 입히는 데
Rodion, you're my goat.
앞으로의 전투도
I love you so much. Please call me back.
개체들의 체력이 많이 깎여 나갔어. 괴로워하는 게 느껴지지 않아? 이 기세로 계속 나아가 보자.
놀라운 명령이네요. 저도 완벽히
want to
파악하고
push
있으신
overs.
거군요.
I'm just hoping that I get a gift for bleed because I would have egg on my face if I chose this. If I chose this status, and there's nothing in the dungeon for me.
아, 이런. 꽤 뚫려라.
This is that Brannigan's Big Book of War.
놀라운 한 방이네요.
방금 공격은 좋았어. 이대로만 계속해보면 좋을 텐데.
You don't know what that is? You got to get on. You better be watching Futurama, my man. Such a wonderful show. It's finally here, the Department of the Year award. Boy, winning that was a lot easier than I thought it would be.
Indeed, I have finally done it.
He's using the royal eye.
Some minor assistance from you, of course, and some other employees.
Come on, admit it. You don't notice that a lot of more employees are saying hello, good morning, and what have you to you in the hallways, compared to when your reputation was a bit, It's all because I'm just that good of a right-hand man.
I will admit that your intuitive and spontaneous eye was of some assistance when it came to identifying certain observations among abnormalities.
This is the potentiality I was talking about, man. Open about what you hand to use. Oh. Same thing you saw in me when you decided to get me on board. Apologies for ruining the moment, but the next few years quickly and busily flew by without much trouble. Of course, we picked up ourselves a few more Department of the Year awards, some promotions, and some collaborative researches. Yet all things must come to an end. The infamous fall of Lobotomy Corporation, for one. Us. So I don't suppose you have any trouble hazarding what they're all telling me, even as the words come out fragmented. You left us. Nothing but words of endless resentment. You left us behind.
The fall of the former L Corp.
I remember what Miss Yuri told us. The site crumbled in an instant, trapping the employees in there with the abnormalities. What is this sound? The whole structure is quaking. What the hell is... Initiating site burial in 100 seconds. Any remaining employees must immediately evacuate the structure. Counting down 95, 94. The escape pods to the surface are here, but there's only one seat left. They're saying that the next one's in 5 minutes.
Listen closely. At the risk of sounding rather callous, I must inform you that the chance of survival in cases of crises such as this are usually granted only to a very small minority of those affected. Some who prioritize the fairness of the process may settle on primitive methods, such as drawing lots to who gets to escape.
I think the dungeons mainly burn and rupture because those are the main statuses the IDs release. There might be a shot before the end. Oh, that would help me out, for sure.
In more barbaric groups, the survivor would be decided by none other than rule of might.
Bro, stopping their escape to give a huge monologue about probability, only to push him into the death pit at the bottom of the elevator shafts. He's like keeping them all occupied until there's like 10 seconds.
And now that there's 10 seconds left, I'd like to inform you that I'm taking the escape pod. I'm glad to find myself among those who are in the side of intelligence, so make this argument a suggestion before you. Compare yourselves, whose whole final purpose in life is clinging to your mediocre office jobs and making good on your debt payments. And me, who's produced several groundbreaking epical theses and research results at such an early age. Whose life, in your eyes, is of greater worth? Yes, and that is how this tale ends. The compound collapsed 90 seconds later. I left the employees of my department behind and boarded the escape pod elevator and survived.
How could you? Not even a hint of remorse?
Wrath is a hideous emotion.
That's a Fallout cool voice.
I am here today only because I have always maintained a cold, rational head.
The L-Corp branch within Hohenheim's dungeon of the Fathoms begins to crumble. It almost appeared as though his heart was crumbling as well.
Well, now that's over with, I invite you to face me, the distortion, and the experiment will come to an end.
Just finding and defeating this distortion in a fight, I don't think that'll bring him back. I just know it. I agree. We're still in deep waters here. This can't possibly be all there is to it.
I smooth the skin past the whiskey, will ya?
More burn. Ah! I picked the wrong status. Small crimson particles of flame surround it like an aura. The flaming wings die out for one moment, only to roar vigorously the next. An incessant attempt to set fire to everything around it. What a beautiful specimen, this Ardor Blossom moth. Have you finished your observations? We've been learning a lot about the abnormality recently. There's still a lot of unknowns, but still. Speaking of which, here's a pop quiz. What ego gift can you get from the Ardor Blossom moth? It's the Helverfly. I know this stuff. I'm locked in. But that's not all. Recently, it's been giving these things out too. Take this with you. I'm just glad to have run into a kindred soul. You receive a burning, flickering flame. It seems to have come directly from the moth itself. LCE, hire this man. You apparently need to fill up a position for someone who can just come up with the danger classifications. Just give me that job and pay me an unreasonable sum of money. I'll do it day in and day out for you.
걱정 마시오.
Okay, here we go.
최후의 혈관
Easy.
하나만
Auto to
남아있다면
victory.
생명은 어떻게라도 보존될 테니.
개체에게 치명적인 손상을 입히는 데 성공했습니다. 앞으로의 전투도
Thank you,
이대로만
Yasad.
부탁드리겠습니다.
Love you.
훌륭하오. 이외
I shouldn't have done that.
첨언할 일도 없군.
Not like that, Yasad.
성공이야. 가론 신나. 노래 부를까? 비록.
I have to criticize Hohenheim's
이번 전투도 쉽게 갈 수 있을 거야.
his presentation for the new danger classification system. Yeah, I think he should have brought a diagram or something. think that would have helped out.
일격을 가했군요. 이것이 바로 정보의 힘입니다.
He's like, so we made up a whole new system. It's the old system with a bunch of numbers at the end.
직전의 공격처럼 해체에게 치명적인 일격을
Which is fine, but I mean, I'm a more visual learner. I need a diagram.
잘 들어갔네요. 크게 의미 있는 성과는 아니지만요.
Yeah, nice hit. Not that it means anything. Thanks, Netzak. Okay, let's see here. We'll go up. Owenheim's Fathoms. He's gonna talk to me. He's gonna talk to me a little bit more about stuff.
늦으면 내
Oh,
가장 먼저
I guess
갈
not.
거야.
We get a okay. Wave 1 of 1. Oh, they're pushovers. Neutral. What makes a man turn neutral?
점 찍었네.
40.
Or are you just born with a heart full of neutrality? Remember the offset gaming? Yes, indeed. Should be good though. These guys don't really scare me. If it was one of the fiery ones, I might be a little more worried. I'm a little more worried. Oh yeah, we don't have Faust on the team, so our
얼른 끝내고
healing is not going to be an option.
가자고.
Let's see, actually. Oh, wait. It is. Oh, we'll be good. We can let this rip once.
갑니다.
Pursuance to get the, just maybe top off a little bit for a couple of us.
기록에 따라 당신을 반드시 집행하겠습니다.
Forgot to hold down my mouse button. Oh, I'm wasting everyone's time. Oh no, oh no, oh no, I'm a bad streamer.
대상에 집중해. 생각보다 너무 거센데요.
Oh, he gave me brain damage. Uh-oh. This isn't good. Uh-oh.
힘이 솟는 것 같네요.
Uh-oh.
지금 달려들면 딱 좋겠어요.
What's he doing? Oh. You fool. You thought. You thought that regular corroding would help you in the long run. Doesn't help you in either the long run or the short term. Take this and think about what you did. It did 11 damage. No!
You're comparing yourself to me? Ha!
Man, plays something other than burner sinking
상태가
once.
안 좋은 것 같아.
승리로
이걸 잘 이용하면 좋은
Faces the
결과를 이어질 수
consequences.
있을 거야.
This is good. We have a burn gift, like after all, so just try it. Do you have to remember the offset gaming? I forgot about it, and I keep forgetting about it. We're gonna stagger him in a bit. Owie!
자, 이쪽입니다.
Ole. Okay, Don's got this. Wait, please stagger during this attack. That would be so tight. It's not gonna happen. It did happen. Oh, and we got a skill 3 going. That's good.
완벽한 한 방.
Got some good bleed on that. Hey, look at that.
우리가 우세.
It's
서로 끝내보자고.
That thing's dead next turn no matter what, so just all attack this guy. Dominating, neutral, neutral. Favored. That's better. Who's gonna attack this? You have to power counter it.
그쪽도 죄인인가?
엎드리도록.
I could just let it go to Gregor, actually. We have taken some damage, so I guess a little bit of healing is fine.
당신을 반드시
Unless there's gonna be a healing spot like soon, right? Like there's just gonna be a shop. I can heal there.
이대로만 계속해보면 좋을 텐데.
We got this though. We've almost got the stagger. Once we hit that threshold, then this battle's over. Oh, he's so close. Ow. He hit me with the Orb of Confusion. Got you. And battle's over.
끝내고 버스로 돌아갈 수 있겠다. 그치?
그쪽도 죄인인가?
A little bit more sodium chloride next time.
Do this. At the end of this hallway, a group of researchers is having a discussion in front of an unnaturally dark place. Noticing our presence, their faces brighten up as they approach us. Please, will you investigate this area ahead for us? We will help with the best of our abilities should you accept. Okay. I'm not afraid of the dark. Not since I was 7. 27, that is. Oops. Well, well, at least make sure that you're fully recovered. Don't look so disgruntled about it. Once they're finished, we're in tip-top shape again. Oh, we're healed.
뒤처리는 애들 시켰어야지.
It's like made of 80% water, but they just pour salt on it. Or stupid. It'll make it non-drinkable. Hohenheim's Fathoms. Let's get this done.
발목 잡지 않도록 최선을 다할게요.
We don't cotton to freaks around here who distort from the memories of their past traumas. Taste the pain.
We arrived at the entrance to Hohenheim's laboratory. The Gloompeck. Yeah, I was talking about the Gloompeck Attila. He's a big water monster. Why don't we just drink it? I mean... Okay. This may be my final order to you. Either suppress me and return safe and sound to where you came from, or fail the suppression, place me in a containment unit, and perhaps we can observe what happens next. That's when Heathcliff suddenly strode forward. Hohenheim, you still believe in that potentiality? I do. It's what keeps me going. Only hire researchers from the back street, don't you? I heard from them earlier. They told me that you're a pompous bloke, but thanks to you, I can continue to research and believe that there might be things in this world worth talking. Taste the rainbow. Distorted Hohenheim. Let's see. He's got poise. What's his passive? Gotta do a bunch of reading. Subjective observation. Gain one stack every time this unit takes or deals damage. Oh, okay. plus attack. Stack times 2. Okay. I understand. Everyone's gonna be doing Mondo damage. He inflicts more tremor on people who have it. Establish hypothesis. Turn 3, gain new pattern, prepares to use powerful skill. After turn 3 is over, the effect when it has 30 plus point. Oh boy. He's charging up his super move already. These units did not take HP damage during the preparation period before using powerful skill. Greatly enhance the skill. Okay, so we gotta DPS check him. We have to get through his shield and do HP damage to him, or he deals a lot more damage. Okay. Gain poise potency after it inflicts damage with an attack skill. The target has more of this. 15 to that. Gain 1 additional poise. Gain poise. Count every time the student takes damage from any of these attack skills. Okay. Defense mech. That's. Oh, jeez. Right, just one non-shield hit in. Turn start, gain shield equal to 30% of missing HP. Cannot exceed 15% max HP. It has burn, lose burn count. It takes extra damage from rupture. Guess what I should have been playing the whole time. Shield gain due to this effect is destroyed. For the rest of the encounter, gain defense level down. Okay. So the more times we do his if we destroy the shield, we debuff him permanently, so we better be trying to do that. Siphon 10 SP from targets with higher SP than this unit. Well, I'd never like to hear that, dude. Ascending order of SP, not stack. Panic reset does not change. All right, that's a lot of reading to say that to beat the fight, just do damage to him. Really simple. Wonder why I didn't think of that. Gregor, what are you doing? You're doing this. What is this doing? It's doing that. Gregor's gonna be taking damage, it seems. Who's still unopposed? You. Gregor can take damage, that's his job.
갑니다. 엎드리도록.
Oh, come on, man! Come on, man! That's so rude! Legs oinks, man, I can't believe he did that. Wait a second. Never mind. Slash fragility, excellent.
좋아. 얼른 끝내고.
Yeah, this game requires a lot of context. Nick unit. This needs to be... Okay, we're favored to win that. How's Otis's sanity doing? 35. Do I trust that? He's got the shield. He's got the shield. Offset. I mean... Yes! Offset seems like it's probably the way to go. Yeah, it's definitely not going to be an esport because, number one, it doesn't have PvP. I think we just got to go for it. Otis has a good chance of winning this. Yeah. I think we got it. I believe in her. Good damage, good damage. We broke the shield too, so doesn't that mean that we get that he gets like debuff?
합격점.
Oh, there we go. Right, good.
오, 머리 좋다 단테.
Dude's got a lot of bleed stacks now. He just kills two. Yeah, I keep forgetting. Okay, we got shield. How much shield does he got? Can't exactly tell. He's weak to red and green. Oh, 174. Okay. I didn't notice did they add that recently, or am I just blind? Or I just not played in a while. Yeah, let's offset some of these. See who's got the best. I think it's always been there. Yeah, most likely, but
할 말이 남았나요?
that's a skill 1. Just take all the skill 1s and just be like, you can't gain more shield. Rhodion's got a good move. This is a skill 2, right? Gregor, you can offset this. And Otis offsets this. That's unopposed. Who am I? I'll offset. Oh, that's S1? I see. Yeah, we're good. It's only, okay, this is only for attack skills.
점 찍었네.
It means we get to keep stacking bleed on him, though. Not using any of it up. The fool.
40.
Really?
먹지.
Oh, we destroyed his shield, so we're good.
나만 믿고 다들 집중해줘. 도움이 될 수 있을 거야.
Defense level down. Wow, he's he's kind of. I think he's kind of weakened, guys. Decision. This will go over well. I mean, even if I'm not doing HP damage to him, I'm just stacking so much bleed. $43.11. Man, look at that. Remember when people didn't believe in bleed? What plagues your mind, manager? Your suppression efforts seem to be smooth sailing. It's exactly as you've seen, save for a few parts that were censored. Concealed nothing from your view. I don't believe I've committed any wrong by escaping that place alone, leaving the others to be buried there. Of course, maybe you're reprehensible from a moral standpoint, but why would anyone ever look at it from that perspective? Especially when you are well aware that in the city such a perspective is entirely irrelevant and worthless. I feel his gaze upon me. Like he said, the suppression is going well, but this feels wrong. It shouldn't end like this. What should I tell him? What is Hohenheim trying to hide from us? I see. I think I would rather weaken his shield. Yeah. The other two aren't really doing him any favors. I mean, the SP is annoying, but... Faust relayed my words to Hohenheim. Running away, an interesting point. But allow me to retort. My choice was not to run away. To deny and evade what has happened is too pathological a choice, isn't it? I am very well aware that the only way to solve a problem is to face it head on. There's another aspect of myself that sets me apart from the common man. When an issue arises, or in very rare cases, where I find myself in a tumult of emotional nature,
I attempt to establish a logical explanation. I reconstruct what was perceived and regulate my emotions. Expressing fury and anger is a plain waste of resources. But I must admit one thing. Now that I have conducted some level of cold introspection, I will admit that it wasn't entirely mature of me to censor so much of my fathoms. Of course, this does not mean that I will now remove the censored memories. My ego is not so feeble as to be shaken by a few words. I hate researchers. They suck at conversations and argue everything. Yeah, quite honestly, I can't wait to get to the next event where I don't have to listen to him yap anymore. All he does is talk and talk and talk, man. I get it. Like Saitama in One Punch Man, we're like, say it in 10 words or less. He's good. He's good. He makes sense and stuff. Like, I get why he's like that. But having to read all of it is so exhausting. Like, because I have to do it out loud. I didn't understand most of what Hohenheim was talking about, but can't shake the thought that everything he's been saying is just an effort to distance himself from his own emotions.
내가 응원하는 게 도움이 되긴 하려나? 힘내긴 해보자고.
Yeah, I fully admit that this is a problem with me alone, and the fact that I'm playing this on stream. But I have to read all of his stuff out loud, and it's like...
갑니다.
Every time he has a line, I'm just like, I have to read more. Oh! I'm starting to realize that I should not be streaming Limbus Company. Oh, come on, dude! Oh, the bleed. Oh, boy! It actually feels so good. Look at all that.
방금 벌레 말은 듣지 않다는 사람 누구야?
Let's see, we got an upgraded skill. This is... We should just offset with you because you are blowing it. Okay. Can't hit that. So we'll just hit him with the regular violence. This is, Greggy? Yeah, like I could do it with Gregor, you know? This would work. And he'll just take some extra damage, but, well, actually... Actually want Gregor to clash with that. You can just have some extra shield, it doesn't really matter to me. It's not that much.
갑니다.
We got him, see? He's taking a ton of extra damage. His shield's already gone. No wonder so many people stream Call of Duty. No reading required, just click big credit card button. Man, maybe that would increase viewership if I just went and did gacha pulls instead. Everyone wants to watch a Gamba. Oh, he's cooked. He's cooked. Look at him. Poor guy. Never stood a chance. Look at that. Look at this loser.
효과적이네요. 이 방식을 기억하는 게 좋겠어. 이 정도로 나와.
There we go.
맞대?
That was really easy, actually. The fire stage was way harder. Escape pods to the surface are here, but there's only one seat left. They're saying the next one's in 5 minutes. Look, I don't actually believe you hired me because you saw my potential or something like that. But I want to believe that you found hope in the potentialities because of me. The giant distorted Hohenheim moving around watching the stage. I did not see that. A hope and anticipation that we can make things better as long as we keep at it. I can't leave you all behind. I can't just save my skin not without everyone. This is what a right-hand man does, isn't it? Take my potentiality you found and rise. Take it with you to the surface. But you, Johan, what about you?
Johan. Not Johan. What am I, stupid?
Maybe next time, some other time. Wrath is a hideous emotion. That's why I did nothing at the entrance of that branch. Only remembering, nothing more. Remembering the ones I've left behind. I can sense the dungeon of the Fathoms slowly beginning to close. Sometime later. I've returned. Safe and sound.
Welcome back, boss.
I, to be frank, once wished to be someone like yourself, Heathcliff.
What are you talking about? We don't want Heathcliff to be like Heathcliff.
Because it's not easy to put my faith not in games of numbers, but in the slimmest potentialities of the world and continue to exist. I know it's not very befitting of a researcher to be so, but it is quite the romantic attitude for a human to embody, is it not? Well, the experiment is over. It was
A huge success, all the thanks to us, right?
No, it was a failure. I'd established this hypothesis that the sole answer was to hold a firm belief in the self and nothing else. Had my hypothesis been correct, I would have remained a distortion. Thus, I would like to extend my gratitude to all of you. Thank you for making me fail. It seems that the classification for my distortion was 5 SU. Disappointingly mediocre. But I don't suppose it can be helped. The world is a place where we must find a ray of potentiality among the mediocre, after all.
He learned his lesson. What a guy. What a guy. Let us move on now. Mephistopheles is prepared to depart. Owenheim's researchers waved at us. We'll meet again, right? Ew, no thank you.
Everything has an end, so do consider this to be our final meeting.
Down to the last exchange with this guy. The last thing we saw before the portal activated were the LCE researchers pushing up their glasses in our general direction. Like this. Though it had only taken a step or two, the entire world around us seemed to transform, landing us back inside the transportation instrument. Now that I think about it, we didn't even get to learn why Gregor's bones made those cracking noises. That's because he has the 30-year-old debuff. All we learned from this experience is that the sinners have all become mediocre, that they each held certain potentialities within themselves. Each of us mulling over the events at the LCE, we returned to the bus, where Charon and Virgilius were waiting for us. All right.
Oh boy!
오랜 목마름도 어버이를 향한 죄책감도 피를 마시는
And now I get my extra lunacy.
그러니
I have so much.
마음껏 마셔. 그게
I'm gonna make modules.
이룰 수 있는 유일한
Get them
꿈이니까.
lunacy. I got a bunch, man. I'm gonna check the extraction actually. Let's see who's. Well. Oh, who's this? Very interesting. A certain group seems to appear in Canto 8, it seems. Yeah, Walpurgis is coming up. And that's the reason that I've saved this much. Is because last time Walpurgis happened, I got mega screwed by my pulls, and I'm not letting that happen again. Wait, I have tickets, right? How many do I have? I have 14 regular tickets.
그래, 슬슬 퍼레이드
I-
준비를 해야겠네. 아니,
Stuff about Walpurgis.
나는 궁금해. 점심부터
don't
혈액바를
remember.
집어먹으면 아니, 혈액바로 연명을 해야 한다는 게
Seems I have misplaced the memories of what you said about Wahlburgers. Oh, I forgot to claim my daily rewards from doing the Lux. Oh, guess I have to do them again. Oh. Oh, hold on. Wait. Something about... Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm kind of remembering this now. Yes, indeed. I'm glad to have saved this much because I need this.
그러든가.
That was the wrong idea.
불렀나?
소재가
내가 움직여야 하나? 잘 됐네.
오늘도 즐거운 하루의 시작이네. 그렇지?
Dude, how can you be gaming when there's politics
볼륨
happening?
좀 확인해 볼게.
Oh, I don't like this. Yeah, I do have to shard some stuff.
아니, 그
One irritating thing is that I don't have shard boxes really right now because I haven't filled out the pass. It's because I've been busy with the things that I've been doing. That's just like 600 boxes. Yeah, but I haven't finished the pass yet.
또 대단한 일이라도 하신 거겠죠?
I guess thoughts on LCB Checkup. It was good. It was good. I think that was probably among the what I would consider the weaker intervalos.
개체들의 체력이 많이
But it still has the
괴로워하는 게 느껴지지 않아? 이 기세로 계속 나아가 보자.
still good, but
떨거지는 잘라낸다.
I think a lot of stuff with Hohenheim himself was more wordy than it needs to be, which is in character, by the way. So it's not like a problem. But sometimes I just want to shake the guy and be like, "Can you get to the point?" I've already
혹시 칭찬을 받았다면
I've already divined the point inside, like in my mind, of what you're saying.
산토류 경혈 온
아무튼
라샹
놀라운 한방이네요.
I think there's good stuff in there, like the we get a little bit of follow up for
40.
stuff about Dawn, right?
효과적이네요. 이 방식을 기억하는 게 좋겠어요.
쟤네 좀 봐. 속이 매스꺼워 보여.
승리로 이끌
죄인인가?
There's some funny interactions, good characterization stuff like always, but
너희의
상황이 유리해졌네요.
혈투 승리로 이끌
이렇게 할 수 있으면서
죄인인가?
지금까지 그러지 않았던 건 주어진 일이 아니었기
I
때문인가요?
guess one of the things I would say about it is that one felt like more of a detour than the other ones.
기념할 만한 걸?
기원을 갖지.
'Cause it literally is about going in for a checkup, like you halt the adventure and go in for a checkup. It literally is a detour. Where we learn a few good things, but not my favorite.
승객이 딱콩 한 방 먹였어.
저런 배인 줄도 몰랐나.
피날레를 시작하자.
네, 잘 들어갔네요. 크게 의미 있는 성과는 아니지만요.
Yeah, all of them are part of the ongoing story. But it's like it's all I say this all the time. And it's like, oh man, this intervalo was Sister Follow was like an 8.5 instead of being a 9. Oh boy, whatever will I do?
라만 차렌들을 뒤엎는다.
걱정 마시오. 최후의 혈구 하나만 남아 있다면
정 찍었네.
어떻게라도 보존될 테니.
Ranking the things in my mind like I'm
잠시
gonna. Like,
어지러워서 못 봤어요.
I put one of them on the bottom, it means that it necessarily has to be bad. It's just not the case. It's just that I would put the other ones higher. That's all it is. I like the ending though. All the story stuff from Hohenheim's dungeon's nice. Really nice. Yeah, I know it's all part of the plan. It's not a problem.
개체의 약점을 정확히 꿰뚫었습니다. 준비를 철저히 했나 보군요.
사실은 그렇게 대단한 일도 아니에요.
갑니다.
혹시 칭찬을 받았다면
I guess they are all detours in some way, but
합격장. 제가 아니라요.
개체들의 체력이 많이 깎여 나갔어. 괴로워하는 게 느껴지지 않아?
this is the detour that feels most like a halting of the story. Because we are halting. We're just halting to have a checkup.
아무튼 놀라운 한 방이네요.
And there's other spots where we halted as well. That's fine.
승객들, 뭔가 기분 좋은 일이라도 있었던 거야?
Disagreements don't bother me. Let's see, this that will work. That could work. Need to defeat these umbrellas. But I also want to do mad damage to him. This. I've designed every turn is a work of art. This is, oh wait, he's hit me with a sanity gimmick. I don't know if I've told you I don't like Drifting Fox.
아까처럼만 해. 그럼 이번 전투도 쉽게
I mean, I like him, but fighting him,
먹지.
he's one of the ones that I often skip.
파괴되었어. 이대로 똑같이만 한다면 모든 부위를 파괴시킬 수 있겠지?
Like if like most abnormality fights like for the Threadlux, I do.
개체의 상태가 좋지
And
않네요.
I just play them
사소하지만
because might as well just save my modules. But if I see Brazen Bull, I never fight it. I just skip it. And sometimes I skip Drifting Fox because I just don't feel like it. I think easiest Abno to fight in Threadlux, probably the UPS guy. I forget what his name is, like the robot thing that drops the UPS. The UPS guy just sounds like a delivery driver. No, not that UPS guy. The UPS guy, the robot with the like crane game move.
적확한 한압이었어.
승객이 딱콩 한 방 먹였어.
기원을 갖춘
One thing about LCB Checkup is it is short and sweet. It really doesn't overstay its welcome at all. I mean, Hohenheim does talk a lot, but there's not actually a lot of stuff to go through in the Intervella. We get in there, we see the necessary information, we do our thing, we get out. It's actually, simple, short, to the point. I appreciate it.
그래.
Good little tidbit of content. I mean, little tidbit, it's a bunch. I'm going to do Mirror Dungeon. because I'm not ready to jump into another chapter where I have to read a bunch of stuff. Let's see. This might be a good time to do a bleed run. My wrist bonus. Perfect possibility, always. Star shower. I mean. We get... And both of these bleed. And look at that, we already win the game. Game's freaking easy. Can you believe people were complaining about this mirror dungeon? I still can't believe it. Oh, and we go. Oh, look at that. Let's see. Rusty Knife is so good. Activates with Clash Wind skill and place. I don't even remember this one. Yeah, halting the physical progression of the characters in the moment does not equate to the halting of the story. You are correct about that, and I think I should have been more specific. And that it was more of a physical halt, which has a different feel. But yeah, you're correct. I concede that. Let's see, I think that I'm just gonna go with Smoke and Wires, actually. Because we have Wound Cleared, and that solos the entire game. In terms of getting bleed count, it doesn't really matter. We just begin with our trusty team of mentally ill freaks armed with sharp objects. That's a big move.
죄인인가? 제게 그런 말을 바라시진 않을 거잖아요.
사실 먹칠.
It's not a ton to actually talk about in Mirror Dungeon before I actually start getting into the build process. So, earlier I was talking about how I was starting on Twitter and I was talking to a bunch of Twitter bots. Well, I wasn't talking to a bunch, I talked to one. Got a weird theory about it. Well, I'm interested in hearing it later, but you've got a history of weird theories that turn out to be strangely true. Yeah, there's only one person following my Twitter who seems to be an actual person, except for like people who are my buddies.
아까처럼만 해. 그럼 이번 전투도 쉽게 갈 수 있을 거야.
But the reason I thought this person might be an actual real person is because there's multiple posts that are just like, thanks to this person for these icons and stuff I commissioned, which isn't actually proof because the bots have those too. They're just fake by other bots. I think. But these ones, they looked like they kind of looked more consistent art style wise. I don't know, the fact that the posts looked different. They weren't the same exact like pool of work examples. They weren't the same exact like post formatting. These boots look lower class.
갑니다.
I don't know, something about that one seems more like a real person, but I also don't
think it is.
아무튼 놀라운 한 방이에요.
Because I haven't promoted myself anywhere, why would anyone be following me? Like, I don't think this is a real person. It's just that there's a non-0% chance.
떨거지는 잘라낸다. 기원을 갖추는
이 또한 용서하지.
대인줄도 흐르는
꿰뚫리고 꿰뚫려라. 쏟아내라.
와,
Excellent,
엄청난
excellent, excellent.
공격이었어. 기념할 만한 걸.
완성되었나?
너희의
저희에게 유리한
I
상황입니다.
혈투를 승리로
이대로
이끌.
승리까지 이끌어가 보도록 하죠.
reduce my audio a little bit.
고귀하게.
That should be it.
꿰뚫리고
Let's see here. Gotta find time to pick up BRB. Yeah, I'll go BRB real quick. Be just a second. Okay. Told you I'd be back.
잘 됐네.
You guys didn't believe me.
딱히 할 말은 없네요.
Oh man, I forgot to. No, there's this thing I keep forgetting to do on every time I open up my stream. And I can't do it right now, but I keep forgetting to put the alerts.
가족을 위해 꿰뚫려라.
The link in bio stuff. Merch link in bio.
대성공이야. 가론 신나. 노래 부를까?
저희에게 유리한 상황입니다. 이대로 승리까지 이끌어가 보도록 하죠.
고귀하게.
Dude, I wish I could say that and like actually mean it. I could say that and actually have a merch link.
엎드리도록.
Link is in the buyer.
엎드리도록.
Multi-target.
다소 유리하구려.
이 혈투를 승리로 이끌겠다.
Start porn bots linking their stuff in their descriptions. Phew. Well,
떨거지는 잘라낸다. 실밥이 터졌나?
still got plenty of those bots everywhere. They just switched up the tactics.
상을 입히는 데 성공했습니다.
네 피분수.
앞으로의 전투도 이대로만 부탁드리겠습니다.
이 정도로 나와 건물 만드?
Yeah, I said this on Twitter earlier, like the other day. And by the way, you can follow me on Twitter to hear all of my jokes days before I say them on the stream. I made a post about how I'll be scrolling through the crayon. Like, I'm still really, really proud of my bio. I think it's awesome. Probably never going to change it. But I made a post where I said, because I was scrolling through a bunch of pages, and I searched the term VTuber to see what people are posting about, you know? Just see what kind of posts exist on the internet. And like randomly, I saw a bunch of VTubers and then a random picture of someone jerking off.
어떤 고래도 거뜬히 잡을 것 같은 투지였는데요.
떨거지는 잘라낸다.
And I was just like,
기대해라.
Twitter.com will ask for my consent to show me pictures of ultra scary VTuber breasts in artwork, where the breasts remain in clothes, but it will neglect to even flag a picture of someone cranking their entire hog on camera.
앞으로의 전투도 이대로만 부탁드리겠습니다.
엎드리도록.
And I have my media preferences to say don't show me anything like explicit or sexual on this website.
갑니다.
Like, what's the point of having the setting if it doesn't work?
쏟아내라.
훌륭하오. 이외에 특별히 첨언할 이유도 없군.
올바른 방법으로 개체에게 일격을 가했군요. 이것이
It's like I'm
바로
searching for
정보의 힘입니다.
VTubers, man. I don't want to see that. Wait, I have one free refresh? Don't you dare slander me. Wait, wires is part of an Eco Fusion. I'm not going to upgrade that. Oh, it's part of the fusion with... Yeah. Dang. It's a bunch of... Oh, okay. Well, let's just enhance this one, because it wins us the entire game. Enable controversy mode. I guess if I want to get noticed on Twitter, that's the strat, huh? What's in here? This is good. Enhance gifts. Wait, that's part of the fusion, so I don't want to do that. But I can have it. Oh boy. I think I'm getting the rusty muzzle next, so I just need that, need this thingy, whatever it is called. I don't know. I don't even know what it is. I do know what it is, but I don't know what it is, if that makes any sense. No, it doesn't. Sorry. Can't hear you.
오늘도 부디 정신을 유지할 수 있기를. 내가 응원하는 게 도움이 되긴 하려나? 힘내긴 해보자고.
가족을 위해.
They can't even touch me. Can't even touch me. They're losers. They're the unpopular ones.
죄송해요. 잠시 어지러워서 못 봤어요. 뭐 또 대단한 일이라도
I don't hang out with nobody unless they're swagged out.
훌륭하오. 이외에 특별히 첨언할 이유도 없군.
개체들의 체력이 많이 깎여 나갔어. 괴로워하는 게
점 찍었네.
느껴지지 않아? 이 기세로 계속 나아가 보자.
영원히 잠.
개체에게 치명적인 손상을 입히는 데 성공했습니다.
40.
앞으로의 전투도
이 정도는
이대로만
나와
부탁드리겠습니다.
완벽한 한방. 시원한 걸.
Now, I'm pretty sure that, you know, YouTube ads seem to be like only slightly like tailored these days. I actually think I have tailored YouTube ads turned off, but I think it still like gives you slightly tailored ads. Can't be I can't be 100% sure. I think I'll play at least a couple nodes of Nocturnal Sweeping. YouTube ads is 50% AI lewd chatbots and 50% scams. For me, YouTube ads are all ads for mobile games that I would never play in my entire life. Before that, YouTube got into a loop of like showing me nothing but like slot machine ads. Like slot machine apps. Like you would go on the App Store, there's like a bazillion of these for some reason, for people who are in hell, I guess. Staff are asking for a raise.
피를 머금을 시간이네.
But they would always start the exact same way, but they would be a different AI voice each time. Speaking of, what's that?
강제로도 맞았나? 적군이 더 강해진 것 같아.
죄송해요. 잠시
You know, there's a little slot machine roguelike Balatro like where you are in hell.
또 대단한 일이라도 하신 거겠죠?
아무튼
Hey.
놀라운 한 방이네요. 저런.
I'm not crazy. Someone else noticed.
손상을 입히는데
Made a whole
성공했습니다.
game about it.
앞으로의 전투도 이대로만 부탁드리겠습니다.
Let's see. So, like all these games, they would have different AI voices saying the exact same things. It's like, what do you say about a slot machine game? You say the same thing as every other slot machine ad. Where they start out and some character is like,
지원을 갖춘
"Are you tired of deleting slot machine games over and over? Well, here's one game you won't want to delete." To which I'm just thinking, like, do the people who play these, what is the difference between any of them? They all look the same. They're just slightly differently themed.
설레는구려.
What enjoyment do you get out of one over the other? You can send a demo to me. I'll see it later.
고기라도 먹은 것처럼 기운이 솟잖아.
죄인인가?
It's just super weird. And then at one point, like, YouTube got into a loop of sending me like anime gacha game ads, which is like more on brand than the slot machines, but I still don't understand. I guess it's because, okay, and here's why I think it happened. This one gives me 10k sign-up bonus. And here's why I think it happened, and this makes the most sense to me, is that one of these came up on my feed. One of these ads got like shown to me, and it was so bizarre that I just sat there and watched the whole thing because I was so confused.
뭐
And then YouTube takes that as me being interested in the product that it's advertising. So it started giving me ads for that game over and over and over again.
많이 깎여나갔어. 괴로워하는 게 느껴지지 않아? 이 기세로 계속 나아가보자.
YouTube's listening to you.
다들 힘이
Not even
솟는
going to
것
dignify
같네요.
that by reading it on stream. I am not going to have my own Germa moment. Not yet. I'm too young for that.
올바른 방법으로 개체에게 일격을 가해.
I'm not even 30 yet.
이것이 바로 정보의 힘입니다.
But no, I think, and I distinctly remember sending the story about this to Johnny while it was happening to me. It was that weird one where every single character in it was just shamelessly ripped off Shonen Jump protagonists, just gender swapped.
네, 상당히 즐거워 보이는데요.
죄인인가?
더 기운을 내게 하는 걸 먹었을지도 몰라요.
Yes, it is that one. That's the one I'm talking about. Like in the game, I think they changed the names, but the designs are directly lifted from Shonen Jump. Because like these ads would come up and it would show like this character is just Sasuke but a girl, but it just changed the name to like Rebecca or something. But another weird, so I guess that's how it is in the game, but the weird thing is that in the ads they would just put in characters from Shonen Jump.
기념할 만한 걸?
Like Kyoraku from Bleach just showed up in one of the ads, surrounded by the characters that they ripped off the designs from. Like if you're going to like try to sneak past copyright by changing the names, why don't they just like directly lift the model from one of Shonen Jump's like actual games and put it in the ad?
아까처럼만 해. 그럼 이번 전투도 쉽게
It was the
갈 수
most
있을 거야.
bizarre thing I ever saw.
기원을 갖추는
It was so bizarre that I thought they had to be doing this as just an advertisement ploy, right? Like there's no way they actually put these in the game. They did. They actually did. I had to find out what the game was called and then look and look at the actual ads for it. The characters in the game are directly lifted from Shonen Jump. Just like they are in the ads.
다들 힘이 솟는 것 같네요.
It's a game that exists. I don't know if it still exists
갑니다.
because maybe copyright got involved. Or maybe they're in one of those countries that's immune to copyright law and they'll be just fine. H3 suit. There was a what was the I think Malaysia was the company, like the company, the Malaysia Corporation. No, Malaysia was the country that has the where copyright infringement is literally legal and government mandated. like the government made it completely legal. I think it was like by accident too. I remember seeing this piece from a guy who lives maybe lived at one point in Malaysia and talked about how the reason there's so many Malaysian bootleg anime DVDs is that like making anime bootlegs in Malaysia was deemed like like a purely above board business in that country by like politicians who kind of didn't understand any of it.
가족을 위해
완벽한 한방. 시원한 걸.
And the reason I got so interested in that, and, like finding out why that was, because I was on eBay, right? This is when I first started using eBay,
쉽게 갈 수 있을 거야.
where there was I was looking for DVDs, like DVD sets for shows I liked. I was thinking, I wonder if I can get Pokemon on DVD. And one of the things I found was a gigantic Malaysian bootleg Pokemon DVD box set. That's like every episode from Indigo League to like Black and White. There's like hundreds upon hundreds of episodes. And I'm just like, man, if only the actual company who's in charge of this show would do that. Refresh real quick. Nothing. Bleed gift, please. We're cooking. We're cooking. We're cooking. Hold on. We're cooking. We have these. Bleed. Put this together with this. We get that thingy. The steak. We put the steak with this. The smoking wires and this thing. We are we on floor 2 right now? We already have this gift. This is rupture, yeah, I don't need that. Tangled bundle, we'll just take it. And enhance it, yes. That's perfect, actually. And I mean, in Limbus Company, the gifts you're getting are just gifts. Gifts in this game, they're so easy to get, but you already start with like a gift that makes the run like unlosable. So every gift you get is just like a win harder button.
잘라낸다.
The ads I keep getting now are I keep getting the same Nikkei ad where it's the Stellar Blade collab, which is really funny because it's just the Shift Up doing the like Obama giving himself a medal image.
또 대단한 일이라도 하신 거겠죠?
Changing up some systems for MD6, keeping the starter run buffs, Grace of Stars. I'm interested to see what they do, but it's, as it is right now, I mean, it's super easy. And I'm fine with that. What's so funny about Obama, huh? I mean, the way he talks, for one. Let me say, I bought one of them Malaysian Pokemon DVDs. It was there's a lot of episodes on it. I thought it was kind of weird.
뭔가 기분 좋은 일이라도 있었던 거야?
갑니다.
산초류 경혈 온.
I did not buy one of the bootleg DVDs, by the way, because
끝을 낼 시간이.
I know it's probably filled with like computer viruses or something.
한방 시원한 걸. 추잡한.
Introduce like one more game mode that's more minor, focusing around simulator ID collection rather than gifts. I mean, that sounds pretty cool.
아무튼 다시 놀라운 한방이야. 먹지.
땀이 심하게 흔들리는데 개체 부위도 잘 안 보이고.
Investigate the factory. Slash 50% jinx dot president. That's his domain.
아까의 공격으로
Having
인해서
having the domain of dot president is crazy.
나약해졌다는 거지. 고귀하게. 끝을 내도 될 것 같아.
You can visit my website to hear more of my thoughts on the world at totalswagout.money.
방금 공격은 좋았어. 이대로만 계속해보면 좋을 텐데.
Let's get to that factory. Finally be able to finish this boss battle. This one takes forever.
치명적인 손상을 입히는데 성공했습니다.
Who let me pick this?
앞으로의 전투도 이대로만 부탁드리겠습니다.
When I press, I do not love the city I live in. Incorrect input. Just do it again. There we go. Game over. You think it's state mandated that the president always has American flag underpants on? I hope so. I hope they only have one pair of American flag underpants, and it's passed down like a family heirloom to between every president. These ceremonial undies were worn by your predecessor and his predecessor, all the way back to George Washington. Let's see here. Guess we'll take that. Rupture potency. The only thing that actually does something that would benefit me in any way. Not a lot to actually well, actually, we're going here. We need box cutter. Well, we don't need box cutter, just like we don't need anything else but wound clarity, because it solos the whole game. We're going up here. Aha! Mr. Time Machine. Carry luggage. And get body.
지금은 성공했지만
A gift that does nothing for me, but I can sell it or fuse it. Get everything I ever wanted and more. Never washed. Exactly. If you wash it, it'll wash away its power.
적 개체에게 이상 현상이 보이네요.
고귀하게.
귀찮더라도 무시하면 안 될 거예요.
Not to me, every reason they're the same aesthetic as the stuff in Steins Gate, like same concept.
아무튼 놀라운
like,
한방이네요.
Don't whitewash my brown undies. They're American flag undies. They might have a little crust on them, but that's okay. But that's okay.
기원을 갖춘
대성 중이야.
It's like one for all, but for put a bear up on your wear.
앞으로의 전투도 이대로만
개체들의
부탁드리겠습니다.
체력이 많이 깎여 나갔어. 괴로워하는 게 느껴지지 않아? 이 기세로 계속 나아가 보자.
승객들,
뭔가 기분 좋은 일이라도 있었던
거야? 가족을 위해 40.
That's crazy.
이 정도로 나와 공을 맞대?
와, 엄청난 공격이었어.
기념할
아류
만한걸?
산초 경혈 60.
Ah, whip mode.
아까처럼만 해. 그럼 이번 전투도
Good.
쉽게 쉽게 갈 수 있을 거야.
In the shade.
또한 영원히 잠들어.
The unforgivable sin. Jaywalking.
승객이 딱콩 한 방 먹였어.
Jaywalking is a crime that has, it's like the most angry, it's the crime, the offense that makes me the most disproportionately angry. I don't know if you understand what I mean, but like I think if someone murders somebody, then I get the correct amount of angry. But if someone jaywalks, I get way more angry than is justified by the action that was committed.
스페셜한 기운이 느껴져.
고귀하게.
면밀히 짚어보고
It makes me fly off the handle whenever I see it happen. I don't know if anyone else has this problem.
훌륭. 이외에 특별히 첨언할 이유도 없군.
갑니다.
Flying down the road as well.
이 정도
One time I saw
잠시 어지러웠어.
I saw two women jaywalk across the street, a crowded street,
대단한 일이라도 하시는
괴로워하는 게 느껴지지 않아?
to get to a wine tasting. I didn't know it at the time. I didn't know at the time what they were going to, but I looked it up later, and I figured that's the only place they could have been going.
카니발 타임.
스페셜한 기운이 느껴져. 면밀히 짚어보고 나아가는 게 어떤가 하오만.
Crawling inquisitors. Ah, yes. The horrors beyond I'm gonna stop talking.
따뜻한 피.
Horrors beyond
처럼
calm.
배운 이 정도로 나와 공을 맞대?
So scary I couldn't finish the sentence.
아무튼
You got it in my head, man.
어려운 한 방이네요.
Get out of me head.
Or some other things YouTube gives me ads about. I mean, one time I looked up hormonal imbalances, and then Google thought I was a 40-year-old woman for like a week. I thought I was an aging woman looking up menopause. Bleed gifts, please. What am I hoping for? Hold on. What am I looking for? That's not the right menu. Recipes. I am hoping for... I have grimy steak, right? I do. When I get... Yeah, I don't get any recommendation of Google curated stuff because I have like called my YouTube and internet somewhat. Yeah, I just have all that history stuff turned off because I don't want curated ads. I think it's creepy. let's see. Yeah, what I want here is this, the blood sac. Plus, I've been using the only place I get YouTube ads is on my phone, because I've been using yeah, I'm gonna be fusing for tier 3 bleed, hoping for it. Wait, but after refresh, bleed refresh. No. Okay. Yeah, only place I get YouTube ads is on my phone, because I have because on my PC I just use Brave browser, which despite YouTube like blocking ad blockers, Brave still works. But don't tell them that. I'm afraid they'll fix it. Let's hope this gives me... Oh. Well. It's my face red. This is useful. This is useful. I can't get rid of these useful things. In that case, what does this do? I mean, yeah. Here's what I'll do. Get that. Bleed. Put in this tremor gift we just got. This. We could stand to get another tier 2. And we fuse. Get off my screen. Get humanity's YouTube red. Oh. And what does this do? Allies get poise. That kind of does something. We'll get rid of horseshoe. Actually, we need okay, come on, man. We need a tier 3. Or just this gives us cost, I don't really care. No, the wrong one. Does that go in a recipe? No, it doesn't. I want this. We can salvage it. We use more money. Throw more money at the problem. This is a thing that I also kind of wanted. So I'll just take it. Let's just enhance gifts. I'm tired. Wait, that's part of a recipe. I don't want to... Wait. Yeah, I don't have this thing, so... Have to wait until the next shop to get crazier. Keep it going. Keep the good times rolling, man.
잘 됐네.
Don't worry, be happy and stuff. Ah,
좋아.
Cromer.
얼른 끝내고 밥 먹으러 가자고. 고귀하게.
I'm not afraid of you anymore.
꿰뚫려라.
Wow, she's so cooked. Look at all that bleed. 51, 10. And here goes 4 coins of pure hatred. 2 coins of misery beyond comprehension. 2 more and 2 more. Okay, we're at 99. That's gonna cleanse all the bleed we just did because she's going to phase 2. We're gonna have to wait until all this happens. So how was your guys' day?
효과적이네요. 이 방식을 기억하는 게 좋겠어요.
Normal, I would say normal. Doesn't cleanse the blood feast. True. True. Smile.
이 자리에 서 있게 해달라고 바란
It's okay, we just do it again.
떨거지는 잘라낸다.
She doesn't realize
아류 산초 경혈 육수.
there's nothing she can do. Oh, she's staggered already. Oh man, poor you. Oh, poor you.
또한 용서할 테니.
It's almost sad. Almost.
기대해라.
Stagger. She's already staggered, but we get the.
아까처럼만 해. 그럼 이번 전투도
Do it
쉽게
again.
시작할 수 있을 거야.
We just do it again.
따뜻한
오, 이런. 아무튼 놀라운 한 방. 이 정도로 나와 검을 맞대?
Anyone else feel gross? Because of what just happened? Random. This would be good to get, actually. Okay, of course it's 2 and not 3. Okay, then what we get, base power, we do not want. Never take anything that has base power. Or final power, or coin power. If you follow this simple rule, you will win Mirror Dungeon every time. Oh, we're just gonna... You take battery because it actually does something. You just use it for fusion anyway. Phantom Pain. If you're offered Phantom Pain, you take Phantom Pain. This one also offers Phantom Pain, but it makes me fight thorny things. This could make me fight Silk Current. Then I'm going here. Gotta be honest. That's just some... You couldn't, not enough money in your wallet to make me do that.
오늘도 부디 정신을 유지할 수
But I won't stop you from trying. No refunds.
박제라도 맞았나? 적군이 더 강해진 것 같아.
What is this? Ishmael, you can handle that. And don't even dare tell me you can't. We should just do this.
떨거지는 잘라낸다.
Live a little. We could splurge a little bit on ego resources.
꿰뚫리고.
Ego economy is booming. Narcissism everywhere.
아무튼 놀라운 한 방이네요.
Throwing these guys out like it's the easiest thing in the world, because it is.
총원,
You think
조명이
this kills?
전멸하는 저곳으로 파도가 모든 것을 쳐부술 거다.
Oh, close.
죄송해요. 잠시 어지러워서 못 봤어요. 뭐
That
또
does enough
대단한
damage.
일이라도 하신
This is enough
거겠죠?
damage. This is enough damage. 1, 2, 3.
가족을 위해
A, B, C.
따뜻한 쏟아내라.
개체들의 체력이 많이 깎여 나갔어.
I'm a simple man. I see a big number. I get smile on my face.
기세로 계속 나아가 보자.
이제야 완성되었나?
다들 힘이 솟는 것 같네요. 지금 달려들면 딱 좋겠어요.
그쪽도 죄인인가?
꿰뚫려라.
대성공이야. 칼은 신나. 노래.
Yeah, I might not keep streaming Limbus Company because there's a lot of reading. Just a lot of reading. I'm not exactly opposed to a bunch of reading.
개체 부위가
자.
파괴되었습니다. 대응 매뉴얼을 어느 정도 숙지하셨나
I
보고.
might just prefer to enjoy Limbus off stream. Unless there's clamoring. Yeah, I said earlier that that I'd play it on my own and relay it to you, but I wanted to give this a try. Is this Silk Current? I don't know. Not chancing it. But yeah, I'll relay it to you.
카니발 타임.
I was gonna give it an attempt to see if it would be feasible to stream it, but it doesn't look like it is.
쟤네 고기라도 먹은 것처럼 기운이 솟잖아.
Not that I'm not having fun,
죄인인가?
but might be best for me to. Yeah, Final Fantasy X doesn't play itself. I would want to make the Sunday stream a different game. I don't know which. I just think that it would be best for me to digest this game offline.
이렇게 할 수 있으면서 지금까지 그러지 않았던 죄인인가? 주어진 일이 아니었기 때문인가요?
이 정도로
실밥이 터졌나?
이제야 완성.
You know, I should really build up a better Rupture team.
신나.
My Rupture team is stuck in a past era.
여기
It's not ready for the public.
모범을 보여주는 직원이 있군요. 올바른 방법으로 개체에게 일격을
너의
가해.
무기로
이것이
이 혈투의
바로
승리로
정보의
이끌.
힘입니다.
Oh, we got Gregor staggering. That's so disappointing. But this happens all the time. Let's hit him with good old binds, which is all attacking the same guy. What about a holiday? What does that do? It all attacks the same guy.
떨거지는 잘라낸다.
Well, then fine. We'll go with that one. Being frugal or being smart.
하류 산초 경혈 60.
Oh man, the damage.
아무튼 놀라운 한 방이네요.
죄송해요. 잠시 어지러워서 못 봤어요.
They're weak to pierce, yeah, aren't they?
먹지.
또 대단한 일이라도 하신 거겠죠?
Or slash. I mean, they seem to be just weak to damage, so. Yeah, the other one I just staggered it.
유효타 좋아. 계속 집중하지.
Whoa!
네 눈에 덧없는 분노를 담아
Ho ho ho!
이 선물을 퍼부어주도록 하지. 너의 무기로
방금 건 제대로 안 꺼냈어. 돌아가면 맥주라도 사야 되는
And
거.
that's it for them. Sick. Unrelenting Night. I mean,
이거 참 설레는구려.
I'm not even debating whether or not I'm going to win the run. I'm just debating whether or not I'm going to get all of the
적개체에게
gifts,
이상 현상이 보이네요.
가족을 위해
which I most likely am.
무시하면
I usually
안 될
do.
거예요.
I remember you telling me one time when
인상을 입히는데 성공했습니다.
this mirror dungeon first came out, you were telling people that you get every single gift from a status consistently every run,
좋아.
and people didn't believe you.
전략의 승리야. 계속 밀어붙이자.
And I'm just like, how could you not believe that? Did you not play the game? It's so easy. Man,
개체들의 체력이 많이 깎여 나갔어. 괴로워하는 게 느껴지지 않아?
the game practically hands you everything you could ever want.
1타입이
It hands you every resource under the sun. It lets you fuse all the gifts you need,
실밥이 터졌나?
including every gift you don't need.
이 정도.
You'll fuse so many gifts, you'll start getting dupes.
죄송해요.
너의 무기로
잠시
이
어지러워서 못
혈투를
봤어요.
떨거지
Happens to me every time.
뭐 또 대단한 일이라도 하신 거겠죠?
하류 산초 경혈 60.
Big numbers, wow. Oh, beautiful.
승객이 딱콩 한 방 먹였어.
of
머리
stuff.
좋다,
They're
단테.
planning to add more general gifts.
완전 좋았어?
승리를
Seems like a good idea. They already have a bunch like
아까처럼만 해. 그럼
slash gifts, pierce gifts, those kind of things,
지금은 지금이야.
which are also helpful and welcome.
아, 훈장은 사양이다.
Ah, we got another dupe. I got so much cost. I don't need to go and fight a bunch of stuff. Thunder Branch. Just for the heck of it. Let's see. Whatever. I don't care about the gift. It's the thought that counts. And the fact that I can return it for money. How dare you do this to me? You've ruined my life.
잠깐만. 한 번 더 해볼게.
Aha. Way to use Starlight, you spend for buffs. Go to specific theme packs if you're looking for specific gifts. Huh. Well, that actually sounds quite helpful. Oh yeah, what was I doing? This. Bleed. This in here. This in here. What is this? No, I want that. Oh, we can get a 4. I think I will. Oh! Oh! Oh, it's beautiful. This is just more cost. I don't really care about that. Charge? Don't care about that either. Rupture? Don't care about that. We get a rank 3 bleed ego gift. Exactly what I wanted. Now we go to recipes. We need the steak, the box cutter, and get off my screen. And we get this thing, whatever this is. Aha! 5 more. You believe activate. Oh, it's perfect. Oh, it's perfect. Becomes staggerable by bleed damage. It's the best ever. Don't have those. Those are theme specific. Looks like we're as cracked as it's gonna get. We could just start buying stuff. Blunt. Don't use blunt. I'll take this, whatever it is. Enhance gifts. We can enhance this thing? Forgot. Pierce damage up. Only applies to number 6. Who's number 6? I forgot. I don't really care.
잘 됐네.
Oh, this is gonna be too bad.
밝고 생기롭군.
Oh, and look at that. We got a big resonance.
잘라낸다.
18 count. From just that. Oh, it's... The game's over. The game's over. Rhodia, no. Rhodia, no. Curse you, knight! It's so much damage.
올바른 방법으로 개체에게 일격을 가해서 이것이 바로
So much damage. Oh, it's so good.
야호. 이기는 편, 우리 편.
I think she might just die this turn. What is this? I think this turn she dies.
따뜻한
No, actually, wait. Just to lose Clash. What she's doing, actually? What was the thing? Like, what was the condition to activate the bleed when you hit something? I forgot. I already forgot what the dip does. I'm not a very cerebral player, you see. I'm an emotional player. She reached the damage threshold. That would be why.
앞으로 강력한 공격이 다가올 것 같아.
승리로 이끌겠다.
미리 말을 해줬으니까 못 피하는 직원은 없을 거라고 생각해.
I think... Okay, wait. These inflict... Stop. What does this do? Take sloth damage. Account percent of max HP become fully bloomed. Could just say screw it. I think what I'm gonna do is AoE damage. Not with them. Sun shower, my beloved. Go spit hot fire.
점 찍었네.
아류 산초 경혈 60.
와, 엄청난 공격이었어. 기념할 만한 걸?
You're losing to a twig. Come on.
추잡하네.
기원을 같이.
이
Oh, you thought.
아무튼 놀라운 한 방이네요.
All right, losers.
이 스며들 듯한 비에 우산이 새지나 않나 모르겠어.
Teach him a lesson.
개체에게 치명적인 손상을 입히는 데 성공했습니다.
Ow.
앞으로의 전투도
Who said you could have a turn?
부탁드리겠습니다.
Cannot axe. Lose 20 HP at the end of turn. Okay. Why don't we just win the game? How much bleed is that? 20. With 3 count. Wouldn't it be really funny if we just use Sun Shower again? I think it'd be really funny.
가족을 위해.
Wouldn't it also be really funny if it didn't work? Maybe like just didn't do enough damage.
이 스며들 듯한 비에 우산이 새지나 않나 모르겠어.
It actually didn't do enough damage to free them. I'm so emo.
노래 부를까?
But wouldn't it be really funny if we did it again?
점 찍었네. 이 스며들 듯한 비에 우산이 새지나 않나 모르겠어.
And there we go.
개체들의 체력이 많이 깎여 나갔어. 괴로워하는 게 느껴지지 않아? 이 기세로 계속 나아가 보자.
I might be misunderstanding how this works. Well, let's just beat her now. Boy, maybe I should have just done this from the beginning.
우리가 우세. 서둘러 끝내보자고.
이 혈투를 승리로 이끌.
Yeah. Maybe I should have just done the easy way. Gifts. I actually don't need anything. I'll just gain cost. Phantom Pain, of course. And the one that doesn't give us bad debuffs. And now we're on the final floor. What do we want to do? This has the possibility of Brazen Bull. I will not pick that. Thunder and lightning. That would be easy. I think. Let's take it. Who cares? It's not like anything can kill me. Maybe that wasn't such a good idea.
오늘도 부디 정신을 유지할 수 있기를.
적들이 뭔가 기분이 좋아 보이는 것 같아. 카론
Struggling?
기분
Come on.
나빠.
Really? You're struggling? Lane? And cry?
그쪽도
This should work.
죄인인가?
기대해라.
Oh, it's just disgusting, actually. Oh, all the bleed. All the damage.
40. 먹칠.
That guy does not... He's not long for this world.
빠르겠어요.
뚫리고.
This run has pretty much run its course, so I'm just going to try to avoid as many battles as possible and get to the boss.
훌륭하오. 이외에 특별히
Like,
첨언할
well,
이유도
playing Risk of Rain, and you know, you've reached critical mass. You can't really, where do you go from there? Or any roguelike, really.
떨거지는
Why am I
잘라낸다.
acting like Risk of Rain's the only roguelike on the planet? Who is this guy?
오.
Get him off the
아,
stage.
이런. 아무튼 놀라운 한 방이네요.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, stop winning that.
그대들의
Oh, there's so many.
이 혈투를 승리로 이끌겠다.
You got no shot.
잘라낸다.
You have no chance.
아류 산초 경혈 60.
You know, I'm thinking after I finish this this run, I'm actually gonna hop off. Doesn't seem like
잘라낸다.
I should
아류
start
산초
another
경혈 60.
intervalo at this point.
우리가 우세를 점하고 있어. 하지만 여기서 방심하면 안 돼.
May play more of it off stream,
지휘팀이라면
but it's
완벽하고 빈틈없이 모든 걸 끝마쳐야
feels
하지
like
않겠어?
the runs run its course, the streams run its course. It's all good. I will keep that in mind. Perhaps I will dive into it when I actually have the intent to dive right into Canto 8 as well.
잘 됐네.
적들이 뭔가 기분이 좋아 보이는 것 같아. 카론
This...
기분 나빠.
There's 10 of these. Well, let's just show them what we're made of.
고귀하게.
꿰뚫려라. 쏟아내라.
와, 엄청난 공격이었어. 기념할 만한 걸?
지겹군. 이 몸이 직접 손봐야겠네.
Not very impressive damage numbers. But I'm playing the long game. As in, this game is taking really long.
이 스며들 듯한 비에 우산이 새지나 않나 모르겠어.
유효타 좋아. 계속 집중하지.
40.
Could this be a kill confirm on the board?
먹칠.
Not even a little bit.
우리 쪽에 유리한 환경이 되었네. 잘 됐다.
It's okay, it's the long game, like I said. Charging Blood Feast. Yeah, that's what it was.
점 찍었네.
이 정도로
대성공이야.
Got one.
칼은 신나.
Haha.
노래 부를까?
Maybe two? Show me two. Yeah.
아, 이런.
Did she kill her or is that the other guy? Never mind.
아무튼
기록에 따라
놀라운 한 방이네요.
당신을 반드시 집행하겠습니다.
Okay, got another one. Keep them coming.
사실은 그렇게 대단한 일도 아니에요.
Man's panicked.
혹시 칭찬을
Don's
받았다면
going sicko mode.
점 찍었네.
So someone's about to die.
많이 나았을 때. 훌륭도 아니라 이외 특별히 첨언할 이유도 없군.
Oh wait,
아까처럼만 해.
that wasn't sicko mode. It was more like has the sniffos mode. Mean, rude.
이제야 완성되었나?
Can't believe you. Can't believe you did that.
최고의 선택이었어.
떨거지는 잘라낸다.
No shame. Yeah, I'll just take a gift. What? Oh, it's discard gift. Weird. Thunder? Lightning? Just don't really care. Don't really care. Go. Go. Faster. Faster. You failed. How did you fail that? How? Literally, how did you fail that? Actually, how? All allies lost SP. You're crazy. You're joking with me.
잘 됐네.
Just what I get for trusting the video game.
도 맞았나?
That's what I get.
적군이 더 강해진 것
Let's
같아.
see here. Gregor can block. Rogia can counter.
떨거지는 잘라낸다.
Get a big resonance. Maybe it'll help. Charge some SP because someone dropped the ball. Making
대성공이야.
good progress already.
칼은 신나.
Rodia, no.
노래 부를까?
It's not your fault. It's Ishmael's fault.
죄송해요. 잠시 어지러웠으면
40.
봤어요. 뭐 또
먹지.
대단한 일이라도 하신 거겠죠?
좋아. 보입하게
I've got to get funnier.
계속 몰아붙이자고.
Said this a bunch, but I have got to get funnier.
저희에게 유리한 상황입니다.
But I don't know how.
이대로
I watch all the correct
승리까지
resources,
이끌어가
right? I watch the streamers who are funny, and I watch the Whose Line Is It Anyway, which is funny. I watch all the comedy that's funny.
떨거지는
What,
잘라낸다.
Is there a workout I have to do to grow my funny muscles?
엄청난 공격이었어. 기념할 만한 걸.
개체에게 치명적인 손상을 입히는 데 성공했습니다.
개체들의 체력이 많이
이대로만
깎여나갔어.
Or I'm just being.
괴로워하는 게 느껴지지 않아?
I think some days are just gonna be chill streams.
나아가보자. 네 피부는
기대된다.
완벽한 한방. 시원한 걸.
가족을 위해. 질밥이 터졌나?
아, 이런. 아무튼 놀라운 한 방이네요.
I'm making some good progress in Final Fantasy X. Thinking that
그럼 이번
next game after that.
있을 거야.
I don't know what next game after that's gonna be, but I have a couple candidates. Some more likely than others. Candidates being I could play Final Fantasy VII or 15, both of which I have. or I could play Persona 4. Well, I'd want to play Persona 4 right after I finish 3. I do off stream, of course. P4 remake coming out soon. I didn't hear anything about that, but I have Persona 4 Golden. So a remake would be cool, but I'm not really in a hurry to buy it. It's gifts, nothing really to enhance except this, which I'll do. Enhance the poison ones, why not? I got money. But not for long. I really don't need to worry about any of this. So the last candidate for playing, which is the least likely one because no one really it doesn't have a big fandom, is I have God Eater, which I've never played, don't know anything about. I'm interested. Oh, that's a lot of damage actually.
이대로만 계속해보면 좋을 텐데.
적확한 한압이었어.
But, that might not be a game to stream because I kind of looked it up on Twitch and it has like 6 viewers.
오늘도 즐거운 하루의 시작이네.
Yeah, I forgot about this.
잠시만.
So
볼륨 좀
who's got the?
대답 소리가 잘 들리지 않아서.
Alright, this works. Yeah, you have to attack this and then attack the boss, right? You attack the generator to get the plug, and then you plug it in. I think that's how you did it. Gregor is going to be in a world of hurt. But that's okay. Maybe we should just attack one of these and have someone else beat us. I want to do as much damage as possible to the boss. Do this. Stop thinking about it. The boss can't win. There's no way. Literally impossible. Oh no, poor Greggy. Okay, we got it. That is how the boss works. I remember. Who's gonna attack this? You. Don't do it with your good skill, please. Should be fine. Didn't I change that? Or does she have 2 of them? I don't even have to pay attention to the game. Because it's so easy. It's cakewalk, you know. Oh, staggered? Let's just, well, I think I'll just beat him now.
잘 들어갔네요. 크게 의미 있는 성과는 아니지만요.
승객이 딱콩 한 방 먹였어.
합격장.
Oh, that was a good hit, man.
파괴되었습니다. 대응 매뉴얼을 어느 정도 숙지하셨나 보군요.
Should be dead
승리로 이끌.
in a just this turn actually. In that case, I think I'll just beat him now. Yep. Good. Happy with that.
오랜 목마름도 어버이를 향한
Clean my stuff. I don't have enough modules.
마시는 순간에는
Yes, I do.
생각나지 않을 거다. 그러니
I just have to do
가릴
this.
것 없이 마음껏 마셔. 그게 우리가 이룰 수 있는 유일한 꿈이니까.
You saw nothing. Mine. Now let's check my battle pass, which I still haven't bought yet, but I will.
그래.
I will do it. Claim all. Yeah, okay, I have a lot more boxes than I thought I did. Yeah, not too much further. Anywho. I now see what you meant, because I didn't see how many boxes were given to me by the pass already. Just use these. Cool. Anyway, that was fun. Glad to have hung out for a while. I hope you have a good time with whatever you're planning today. Yep, I will keep you updated on that when I get into it. Sure, it's gonna be good. I'll see you then. Bye.